Now, how do you actually build a luxury real estate brand if your goal is to get into the luxury market, even if you really don't sell any luxury real estate yet? All right, so in this video, I'm going to talk about exactly what you need to do and how to position yourself as an agent that already looks like he or she is in the luxury market, but you're just getting yourself into it. My name is Adrian Bencharo. I've trained over 15,000 realtors in the whole space of digital marketing, from social media to branding to lead gen to AI to videos and content creation and a lot more. Okay. And this is a somewhat of a semi-common question that I get asked here and there for agents that are wanting to get into a higher price point because hey, luxury gives you more money. Okay. Now, the big thing is luxury real estate is a different beast compared to just residential, the common luxury, the common real estate. So most agents really post listings. This is the first mistake. All right. They just post houses. Luxury agents don't just post houses, they build a brand around that as well. You have to stand out and attract premium clients. Okay, these clients, the mindset that they have is going to be very different than from your typical first-time home buyer. So your brand is not just real estate. It's not just about houses anymore. Okay, it's about real estate and whatever your personal brand model is. Now we're going to go through some examples down here very soon, but the key thing is that and is what's really going to make people remember you. It's going to help people connect that common whatever that theme is to you, and it's going to make you very more approachable. Okay. Some examples would include real estate and design, real estate and wellness, real estate and finance, real estate and cooking, and the common one that gets a lot of engagement is real estate and being a dad or mom. Okay, because that's one is very relatable. You have to find your end. Now you can certainly use any of these as an example, but you're not limited to these only. You can build your own because at the end of the day, it is you. You're a different person compared to me and every other agent. Okay, I'm going to show you guys an example from one of our clients that we work with. So she has a charity foundation where every time she closes a deal, a portion of the proceeds get donated to that charity. So her end is philanthropic. I always have trouble saying that word, but she's very charity based. So her brand is not just real estate, it's real estate and giving it back to the community, especially for terminally ill children. So that's a great way to do personal content. That's how people remember her. So her team name is the YOLO Home Team, but the foundation is the YOLO Strong Foundation. Okay. And this is a great example of mixing both real estate and the foundation together. So the YOLO Home Team has also the YOLO Strong Foundation. It's all going inside, it's all going combining appropriately. Now, that's just one example. Okay. You guys are not limited to that. Again, you have your own ideas and you're not saying there's no right or wrong answer for this. Everyone is different. But the key thing is you shouldn't be overthinking it. You have to just start with hobbies, interests you already love, and just kind of build from there. So she was always someone that wanted to give back. So she started with that and she's continuing with that. The more you it feels, the more it will resonate, not only with you, but with your audience. Now, just some examples of top agents and their and. We have Ryan Sarhant, real estate and media. We have Glenda Baker, storytelling. She talks about life lessons and Southern life. We have Loida Velasquez that talks about education, so cold call scripts and training. So a little bit more from the coaching side. We have Taya DeCarlo, which is more on the mom side, right? Relatable, honest, and real. And then we have Real Estate and Motivation by Chris Benjamin, which is more about the mindset and inspiration part. Okay. You have different ends, so feel free to make your own. You can definitely relate with these guys as well. If you have your end similar to that, there's no harm in going into something that already someone also has. Your content is going to be different anyways because of where you are, where the community you are, and how you help people. A reminder that I put almost in all my videos, you don't need to go viral and you don't need to have millions of followers. What you need is real consistency and an angle that helps people remember you. And the specific people that I say that remember you are the people that you want to work with, not people you don't want to work with, right? Now, obviously, you're doing this to make more money. So we just have a bunch of random viewers and a million views, but none of these people convert for you. That's a whole other issue. That's not the problem we're looking to have. We're trying to have a tight number of good views that can grow over time. But if more and more people are looking at what you do, those people have to be in similar categories as to who your ideal client is. So you want more people who would willingly remember you because they like, know, and trust you. Those people are qualified. Okay. Your and is what makes your content memorable. Again, it's not just real estate because everybody does that. There's a billion agents in this country now. So nobody cares about the real estate part. It's about who you are. And for Danielle, it's very easy because she gives back. Okay. It's just an example. And you see how easy it is to remember something like that. So this is why your and is powerful. This ultimately ties into reputation and credibility. Again, people deal with you. So if they know that you're doing this from a, like a charity perspective or a media perspective or storytelling perspective or a motivational perspective, that improves your reputation and your credibility as well. Now, goal is for people to like, know, and trust. Now, again, we call this simply, you guys definitely at this point watching my content should know about this. know, like, and trust, like, know, and trust. People say it in different ways, but the goal is that, and the goal is always like, know, and trust. Okay. How you show up is how people are going to perceive you offline. Your brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. If this is no conversations by your audience, that is negative. If they say bad things about you, that is negative. But if they don't say anything about you, that is negative. That's not what we want. We want people to say positive things about us. And if they do without your presence, you're doing the right thing. Okay. And this is where the power of consistency really comes through for actually people to remember who you are. Okay. People don't just want information, they want it from you. Okay, now it's not that they want it from you also, it's more that they want it from you, the person who does this, whatever your and is. Okay, there's always places to go to see different real estate stats and listings, but really what makes you stand out and what makes people go to you is the way you explain things, how you show up, and how you make the people feel. Your voice ultimately builds trust because of the repetitiveness. Your content builds the connection because you're showing your and this is what turns information into influence. If you guys watch the news, you may have this guy that's always on the news that you always like to tune into, no matter what type of story he's saying. You guys got to become that news reporter, okay? Because they're doing a very good job with their voice. Not only their voice, but their personality amplifies their content. So it makes them more attractable and makes them more likely for other people and new people to tune into this guy that other people like hearing, okay? Now that you know what your and is, what do we actually have to do to build a luxury feel into everything you post? Now, forget the price point. The way you sound things, the way people like, basically take whatever you say and hear it, that's one part of like the whole equation. The other thing is you have to make sure it looks good. Okay. Now, a lot of people nowadays also do feel that looking good means making things complex. However, that's not correct. There is going to be more simple stuff that we need to implement to make our content look more luxury feel. What makes it feel luxury? Like we talked about, polished design, high-end visuals, clean fonts, muted colors, and white space, high production value, or intentional simplicity. Your brand is primarily built through how you show up. Like we talked about, this is the personality part. This is P. This is the visuals. This is V, visual, and the story your feed tells, which is a little bit of these two combined. Okay. Visual does matter. When people hear a complex story, but then they see it very simply, it's more easier to process. Okay. Now, some examples of luxury post designs. As you can see, a very simple, short font, not overtaking the whole part of the actual graphic. Here's another version of a simple, short font. Here's the logo, nothing else cluttered on there. And another example of a very simplified, luxury-oriented graphic or creative. Okay. What can we take away from these three posts? Well, it's a clean layout. There's high-end fonts, premium photography, simple photography. Okay, one photo. Messaging that sells prestige, privacy, and trust, secures unmatched prestige. Just listed. That one's a common one, so that one's good. You can always use that. 1 billion plus. They don't just write PLUS. It's just plus for the fourth year in a row. Neighborhood expertise matters. Again, this is their own emphasis on why community content is important to you other agents. Okay. And emphasis on lifestyle, views, legacy. Again, lifestyle, even things like the small details of the way the garages are, to the skyline and the beautiful views of this apartment. And again, the actual view of this owl lake Ocon. Okay, Oconee, I think that's how you pronounce it. All right. So every view tells a story on its own. Okay. So storytelling, it may not always be from your words, might also just from what you're actually seeing. Luxury is conveyed through a feeling, visual, and experience. You can sell 600K homes and you can still look like your luxury agent, okay? This is how you're going to shift the content. You have to stop selling features and start selling the lifestyle. Again, you're not marketing a house, you're marketing the life that comes with it. Instead of a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom backyard, what you're going to show is you're going to show, imagine summer nights by the pool, morning coffees on your balcony, and weekend strolls. What are you doing there? You're storytelling. Okay, you're telling people what they can actually imagine and experience if they are there at that house that they buy. You can post visuals or videos that convey the feeling of living there. Now, if you're showing offers a luxury house, luxury cars are important, right? Even things like maybe boats or even watches or clothes, right? Showing that in like the wardrobes, it really tells a better story. Okay. Now you have architecture and staging and community. Now, again, this is not really realtors content as what many people may think, but it is essential if you're looking to build a brand. Featuring the unique structural elements of high-end homes, thinking high ceilings, large windows, glass walls, wine cellars, open floor plans. All of these things are great because it shows not only the house, but rather the features of the house that make it look elegant and luxury. Luxury buyers buy emotion, not just property, and they're very impulse buyers, some of them. Okay. So if you can get right to the point by showing the experience and what they can get out of it, it's almost quicker to make a decision on their own. Okay. Show beautifully staged spaces that evoke a feeling, like spa, like bathrooms for the women sometimes, sleek kitchens with champagne on ice for romantic moments, for example. Don't just document the furniture, try and capture the mood it creates, whether that's the lighting you need to adjust, maybe do some color grading on your video, anything to really amplify and create a mood. Sell the area, not just the house. You have to mention proximity to private schools, country clubs, waterfronts, and city centers. Again, community content at the end of the day. You're not just selling a house, you're telling people why they need to go into a specific community. Okay. Drone shots are great that show the skyline views, sunsets, make it very walkable, or beach access, for example, convenience. Okay. They want to belong to something, not only their house that might be prestige, but everything around them needs to feel convenient, but also prestige as well, so they can get the overall feeling of luxury. Okay. You have to share more than just listings. Remember, share the life that comes. This is where personal content is. Travel inspiration, modern interiors, morning routines that reflect the lifestyle. If you are a luxury agent, you might as well need to follow a lifestyle that is luxury too. So these are posts that don't just sell real estate directly, they position you as someone who understands the luxury lifestyle and makes you relatable to high net worth clients. Okay. Here's just an example of a morning routine that reflects the lifestyle. Morning routine, my latest $1.2 million listing. Fresh espresso on the balcony overlooking the water, 10 minutes of journaling in the sunroom, quick jog through the tree-lined neighborhood, a spa-style shower with rainfall head, check emails from the Marble Island while the sun pours in. It's a mood, it creates a feeling, an atmosphere, and someone looking at that, looking to maybe buy this type of property, can also be like, oh, I could do that as well in this house. I like the environment. Okay. Again, they're not selling real estate, but they position as someone who understands the lifestyle because you're living in it, and it makes you relatable to high net worth clients. Now, if you feel that a lot of this information may be a little bit congested in a way where you're having a hard time processing like what you need to do, and you would like to give you some free suggestions, if you want me to give you that, you guys can use the link in the chat to book in a call with me where I'll be happy to give you some free suggestions on what you need to do and take certain pointers out of this, so all of this doesn't just sound like a load of info. You can, once you click on the link, you'll get redirected to this calendar where you can pick it any time. We'll just hop on a quick Zoom. I'll give you some suggestions of what you guys need to do so that all of this doesn't sound just like a bunch of information you see from everywhere. Take my suggestions, implement it on your own, and watch the growth come very fast. Okay. Now, one key thing I will tell you guys is that being a luxury-oriented agent, if your goal is to get into that market, you have to start now because post volume matters. 2 posts are not going to change this. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 posts will change your tone and your voice and your brand. And that's where consistency matters. So then you could start pulling clients that are higher net worth, which means more commissions for you. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will catch you in the next one.